Hello everyone, how are you guys? Welcome to our live stream here on a Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what the general love forecast looks like. And for anybody who is interested in requesting your own personal reading. So let's get started. All right, guys, so thank you for tuning in. And if you guys have any questions during the live stream, feel free to go ahead and ask down below in the chat section. Moderator Cameron is here. She'll be able to help answer any questions that you might have, especially if you're interested in getting your mini reading here today, okay? So let's get into it. I haven't done this in a while, so I wanted to do letters and zodiac signs that could give us an indication of who this reading is for or who this reading is about. So let's grab some letters. Could be someone's initials. It could be even a part of your name. So something significant could come through in the messages today. All right, we are starting off with an S. We have L. We have K. All right, that literally could be somebody's initials. Could be a combination of two people. We have a B coming through. We have an I. O. Bio, that's funny. It kind of reminds me of, you know, somebody who could be checking you out on your social media, checking out your bio. We have a Y, okay. Somebody could be sly or slick. We've got Z. We have a P. So if any of these letters are jumping out for you, maybe there's something here, you know, once we start taking a look at the energy. Oops, I've got signs in this particular deck that are not supposed to be in there. I'm going to set those aside. Okay, so we've got T. We have a W coming through here. Let me grab one more. And we have a V, okay? So again, if any of those letters make sense for you and the person that you're thinking about, excuse me, you know, maybe there could really be something tapped into your situation that comes through here today. All right, this will obviously be something that you can tune in and repeat and watch it at any time once it's been broadcast. So, you know, if it doesn't make sense for you at this point in time, it could later. All right, let's grab some signs here for the collective. What needs to come through? Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for you and or the person that you are thinking about here today, if anybody. We're starting off with Gemini. Look at this, guys. We've got two Gemini cards coming through. Maybe you and your person are both Geminis. And again, it doesn't necessarily just have to be sun sign. Or a particular Gemini who's got another Gemini placement. This is crazy. Look at this. We've got 3 Gemini cards. All right, so that's a lot of Gemini energy coming through there, guys. I don't know who that's for, but that's how it's presenting itself. We also have Capricorn. All right, what else? Okay, we've got Libra, Pisces. We have Virgo, and we've got Scorpio. Let me grab one more. One more card. And we have Sagittarius. All right, guys, so if any of those signs represent you, your person, it doesn't even always have to be somebody that you're romantically linked to. It could be somebody that's very special to you. Could be a relative, it could be a best friend, you know, it doesn't necessarily always have to be a love interest, but that is how it's presenting itself here. That's pretty cool, the way that 3 Gemini cards, one right after the other, presented itself. So, you know, if this makes sense for you, maybe, again, there's something significant that you're meant to know at this point in time. All right, so let me set these guys aside and let's grab some insight focusing on the overall connection. Angels and spirit guides, please. For the collective, what do we need to know here at this point in time? What's the energy? And I typically do pick up messages for those who are in separation. We do have nourish, healthy, peaceful, nurture. Okay. Maybe this kind of reminds me of a card of self-love. You know, it's like giving back to yourself, finding peace within yourself. Focusing maybe on your well-being, your health, giving back to you. We also have match. Maybe there's somebody here that considers you a perfect match. Maybe there's somebody here that you consider to be very compatible with you. You guys being on the same frequency, as it says, the same vibration. Okay, let's grab another. And if you find that there's somebody that you're thinking about and you consider them to be your ideal mate, your divine counterpart, we'll see what that energy looks like. And then we have confidence, self-worth, authentic, empowered. Maybe if this is something that you relate to, you are focusing on rebuilding your confidence, especially if you have gone through some trying times lately. Okay, so I wanted to add to that from a different deck. Angels and spirit guides, please. Okay, look at this. We have an apologies card. Remorseful, regrets, healing words. And this for me, you know, it does coincide with the need for self-care and towards healing. So if you and a particular someone here had a falling out, it is coming through to let you know that they're sorry for something that they either said or something that they did. Look at this. Okay, so we've got the mutual love card coming through on the same page. That's what this card is about. Same frequency, reciprocated feelings. All right, so it just depends on what situation you are dealing with at this point in time. So let's clarify with some tarot here. Let's see what's going on. And again, if you're thinking about getting a reading today, you know, feel free to go ahead and submit that. It's either through Super Chat or any of the payment options that's scrolling through the screen there. And I'd love to be able to give you insight on your situation. Ooh, this is interesting, guys. We've got the Four of Cups followed by the Two of Swords. So I'm getting a couple things. There might be somebody that you used to be romantically involved with, and you really saw them as the one, you know, your ideal, your perfect match, as we see here. But this is a situation that seems to be decayed, or it's stuck. It is not moving, possibly because this person, you know, felt that maybe they connected better with somebody else, or there could have also been some issues like infidelity, or they might have felt like it just wasn't for them at the time. So this right here represents their regrets. We see that with the apologies card as well. So they know that they could be the reason why this is going on and why things don't seem to be progressing between the two of you, but they don't want to be able to just leave it there. They're wanting to create some sort of progress. And just when I said that, we've got the Chariot, which represents movement. Okay, so this could be an ex-partner that, you know, maybe they've had a lot of time to think about their past actions and behaviors. You could be thinking of a Cancer. You could be the Cancer here. I feel part of the confidence from this card is represented through the Chariot as well, because it's the opportunity to overcome whatever might have separated the two of you, feeling confident that perhaps they can find a way to make this work, but you guys have to be on board. And that goes together with these cards as well, same frequency and being on the same page. So it depends, you know, do you find yourself open to the possibility of reconnecting with somebody that at one point in time might have really hurt you. And the reason why we're seeing no movement with the Two of Swords. So what they're wanting to create is this opportunity to prove to you that they are really wanting to address the issues and really wanting to work on the challenges so that you guys can overcome it and possibly start again. But they're not, the very thing is Four of Cups does not represent confidence, but that's what they're wanting to rebuild within themselves. They ultimately feel that maybe it's too late, that they've missed the chance to be with you. Apology. They're wishing to talk to you. They're wishing to reconnect, have this conversation, ultimately wishing to still be with you. Look at this. And now we've got the Strength card. They want so much to take action, but they're also not very confident that it would work out in their favor. So they might be afraid, actually, that you would reject them, that you would not want to talk to them based off of how things unfolded before, you know. So this is something that they're going to have to find within themselves, to find the courage, really, to pick themselves up, take that first step, make that phone call, text, whatever, in order to let you know that they want to have this conversation so that they can get the chance to apologize. Look at this, guys. We've got the Lovers card. So in tarot, the Lovers represents Gemini. So there's a lot of Gemini coming through here today. So I don't know who that's for, but it is represented here. At the end of the day, they love you, they care for you, but this could also have involved third parties. You know, that could have been a problem for some of you guys. Excuse me. So this right here represents the compatibility that coincides with the match card as well. Compatible. The love, the attraction, it's there, but they could have also strayed. They could have also done something here to cross the line. Probably more than likely infidelity. Okay. And so you guys could have had some issues with their commitment level. But what I'm seeing here, part of the movement, part of the progress and the decisions that they want to make moving forward is to let you know that they have chosen you. That if given half the chance that they would still want to be with you, but a lot of this falls on your shoulders, whether or not you would even give them a second chance, you know. Look at this, Two of Cups, that's followed by the Emperor, that is followed by the Three of Wands. This is coming forward from a masculine to the feminine. They see you as the one, they see you as their ideal person, their soulmate, but they didn't see this at the time that you guys were together, unfortunately. They really want to focus more so on a future that you guys can have together rather than focusing on a very painful past or breakup. So I feel this might be a masculine that will find a way to reach out to you, to communicate, and to let you know that their heart is open to wanting to re-explore this relationship. And now we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So things can shift and change here, guys, if you're open to that. It does represent a new cycle of change that's coming in. So it depends, you know, would you be willing to reconnect with this person? Or are you really just welcoming in a new chapter in your life where you're open to maybe finding love again elsewhere? So that's what I'm getting initially. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at a different set of cards and see what else we can find out here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective. What do we need to know here? Anything and everything that needs to come through here. What needs to present itself? We have stuck. Wow. Okay. So, where's that card? There we are. Two of Swords. It's still coming through here that there's a situation that's not moving, but we also see that it's temporary. You know, it's not going to be stuck forever. So just hang tight. Trust what is meant to be yours will be yours. Look at the next card, guys. Divine timing. Look at the next card. The answer is yes. That is followed by an offer. So in time, you may get this offer from your person. And this for me represents a very positive energy that once it's presented to you, you would want to move forward with it. So I really like the way that's coming through. And we have winter. So yes, it can represent the season of winter, but I'm also feeling part of the stuck energy and the stalemate is that it's frozen right now. It's not moving, but eventually it'll thaw out, allowing action and movement to take place. This could also be a time frame. Okay, so we're heading into summertime, so once the winter season comes in, this could also be giving you a time frame as to when you might actually hear from this individual that you're thinking about for this reading, right? All right, so let's clarify. Angels and spirit guides, please. What do we need to know? Look at this. Here we go again. We've got the Lover's card coming through. Gemini once again. Okay, so I'm just getting here that somebody made some poor choices. Somebody did not act from a place of integrity, and that contributed to a breakup or maybe even a tower moment. But look at how these cards are coming through, guys. We've got the King of Cups that is followed by the Queen of Cups. You guys are a perfect match, as we've seen earlier. So divine timing is at play here for you guys to reconnect and find your way back to each other. Stuck for now, but it's not going to be stuck forever. And check this out. We've got the Eight of Wands followed by the Ace of Cups. So this offer, when it's meant to come in, again, we've got divine timing, right? So this represents fast movement. Once they're ready to take action, it's going to come in like lightning speed. And it might even catch you off guard. It's like, whoa, I knew this was coming, but I didn't know when it was going to come. Well, here it is. And so that's what's going to create this movement, and it's no longer going to be frozen, And then right below it, we've got the Ace of Cups. So there you go. There's a new opportunity for you guys to do things right this time. It's a fresh start. It's also the opportunity for both of you to be able to fill that cup for yourselves. It starts with you individually to focus on loving yourself, to focus on healing parts of you that need it, so that when you guys come together or when you are able to reconnect, then you'll be able to come towards each other already as two whole people rather than incomplete and just needing something from each other in a way that, you should already have it within yourself. So let's see what else. Check it out. Here we are with the Chariot. So it's clarifying what we've already seen with the first batch of cards. I feel that this is a temporary situation. Yes, it's not moving right now, but I am also getting that it could be a blessing in disguise, honestly. So try not to worry, try not to be stressed out that they're either not contacting you, they're not reaching out. You might even be seeing things on social media that paints a very different picture from what this is telling you, and that's because it really does come down to the universe's time frame. So allow that to play out in however way it needs to play out, because if it really is meant to be a part of your life, there's nothing here that you need to do. Just focus on your own life, focus on your own journey, and it'll cross your path once again. All right, so I like the way that came through. All right, let me go ahead and grab another set here. Hopefully this is resonating with some of you, so please feel free to comment that in the chat if it does. I wanted to do something for my singles as well, so if you're not focused on anyone in particular and you're just really wanting to know who's coming in for me, what do I need to look out for, who is surrounding me energetically. So this is for those of you who are not coupled up, you're not thinking about an ex-partner, you don't want anyone back, you're just wondering, what's coming in for love for me. So let's see. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective. We have the astronaut. So it says, the stars align to bring you an out-of-this-world romance. You'll be floating on cloud nine with this love connection. Many exciting adventures together. Traveling the globe, exploring each other's desires. This love will take you to the moon and back. I really like how that's coming through. All right, so when the stars are meant to align for you, personally, that's when it's going to happen. Love that. All right, let me grab 2 more cards and then we'll clarify with some tarot here. All right, what else? Especially for my singles. Swish come true. Maybe the person that you connect with, maybe they love basketball, but this right here, it says love at first sight that sweeps you off your feet. You are their ultimate wish, someone they've envisioned manifesting in their life. Their only goal is to score with your heart. They know what they want, they get what they want, and if it's you, they're coming in fast. Swish. So this one might catch you off guard, but it sure will be a very nice surprise, I feel. All right, let's grab one more, especially for singles. We have the ox. So if you guys are familiar with the Chinese zodiac, this is picking up off of the ox. And if you're not familiar with it, you can find that out online by looking up a person's birth year, and it'll tell you what their Chinese zodiac animal is. So this one is the ox. So patience is a virtue, and this love partner has lots of it. They remain calm under pressure. You'll appreciate their strength and resilience in a romantic coupling. Your very conscientious companion is fair, reliable, and will always be there for you no matter what. So each one of these cards really has some nice qualities as far as a potential partner. So let's go ahead and see what else you need to know. Angels and spirit guides, please. For whoever is in need of these messages, especially if you are single. So my divine feminines are coming in as the Queen of Wands, fiery passion. First of all, you're not going to have any issues as far as attracting the opposite sex, okay? You're coming through as somebody who's very alluring. You know what you want. That confidence is something that will emanate from you. They're just going to pick that energy up. You're like a magnet when it comes to this. Okay, let's see what else. Look at this. You're going to attract that King of Cups. So I feel perhaps Divine Feminine, if you relate to this, you know what it's like to either have been disappointed in relationships, people that dropped the ball, they just ended up not being the person that you thought that they were, or maybe they just weren't very good at commitment. This right here, this person, this connection might actually surprise you, because this is somebody who's not wanting to play with your affections. They mean business. Their heart is open to the opportunity to find love. And once you guys connect, I mean, you guys are on a king and queen level. So you guys are ready for the right kind of love here. Love it. We've got the World. That is followed by the Magician. So for my singles, I feel whatever you've experienced so far, it is what it is. Obviously, it's in the past. You can't do anything about it now. So learn the lesson behind that if you haven't already, because there's new chapters, new beginnings, and a fresh start that is meant to come in for you. And then you've got the Magician right next to that, which is fantastic, because this is all about manifesting what it is that you want in your romantic life. So if obviously, again, you don't have anyone in mind for this particular message, I mean, some of you might, but ultimately we're focusing on new people that have the potential to come in and for you to find happiness and love that has the opportunity to really go the distance. So I feel that's something that you can certainly bring in. So that's really nice. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. So basically it's a reminder, you know, don't rush into anything, especially if you feel that things could have moved a little bit too fast with other relationships. So take the time to really get to know people, because not everybody that you meet will end up being a good person or connection for you. I feel for my feminines, For some of you guys, you might connect with a masculine who could be younger than you. Maybe there's an age gap there. But this person, they're not afraid to put in the work in a relationship. They're not afraid of commitment. So I feel that based off of what you've experienced before, especially if you have endured infidelity or just somebody that you couldn't trust, somebody that, again, dropped the ball. And I feel what the universe wants to deliver here is somebody who's a really good match for you. Look at the next card. You've got the Two of Cups. So it's time for true love to come in for those of you who feel that you just haven't experienced that. You know, maybe at one point in time you had hope that the person you had connected with, that was the one. Maybe it ended up not being the case. But this is still a part of your journey. This is still what can come in to be able to offer you what it is that you absolutely deserve. You know, so we are seeing the Two of Cups here today. And I feel that is something that you will find. Okay, so I love that. All right, so now we're going to switch gears here. And I wanted to take a look at career, finances. Okay, so we're going to switch things up for a moment. And then again, if anybody's interested in getting a personal reading today, let us know. I'm here to do that for you. All right. So let's take a look and see. Money matters, finances, career opportunities. And it could also give us additional messages. All right, so somebody could be a musician. So this one says, amplify the melody that brings a smile. Let the musician harmonize the tunes around you. Listen closely to songs and lyrics for inspiration. So some of you guys might really love music. That's something that you're passionate about, whether it's from a career standpoint or something that has always been a part of your life. You could play an instrument. You could be a great singer, a musician, as it says. So take that how it makes sense for you. Maybe you're a songwriter or want to be. I identify huge with this particular card because I had a baking business for about 17 years, and once the pandemic hit, it just flatlined. So I'm really grateful that I started my YouTube channel just shortly before the pandemic hit because it's been a blessing for me. So yeah, we have the baker here, and it says, all right, now we're talking. Sweet surprises are coming your way. This time you really can have your cake and eat it too. Just follow the recipe. Well, sometimes, you know, that whole reference to having your cake and eat it too is not coming from a good place. It could represent somebody that can be a little bit selfish, especially in romantic connections. You know, somebody who wants their cake and eat it too might not be at a place where they're ready for commitment, where they're okay getting themselves involved in third-party situations. Let's see what else. Even though I'm not focusing on that, but somebody might love baking. Somebody could have a sweet tooth here. All right, let's see what else. We have the comedian. All right, somebody could be a comedian here, or whether it's as a profession or just somebody who has a great sense of humor. It does say this jokester is determined to give you some humility when frowns are all around. Don't take life too seriously or you'll miss out. But we are focusing on career opportunities here. So somebody might just have a great sense of humor and they're easy to get along with. Lots of fun to be around. Let me grab one more here. We have the salesman. So some of you guys could be really good in sales, or that's already what you're doing. And of course, that could be in so many various vocations, you know, whether it's retail, whether it's as an agent, or however way, you know, that might be a part of your life. It does say feeling pressured. Don't sign until you've truly read the fine print. Uphold your boundaries personally and professionally. So obviously the little verbiage that's on the bottom, take it how it applies to your life, if it does. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify that as well. So when it comes to finances and money matters, I'm getting the message, you know, do what it is that you love and the money will follow. If you're not happy doing what it is that you're doing by way of your job, your career, then life is too short, guys. Life is too short to do something mundane, or if it's causing you to be really miserable. Obviously, we all need to pay our bills, but if you can find a quote-unquote job that you wake up in the morning and you're happy and you feel passionate about it, and you get to a place where it doesn't feel like a job, then that's ultimately what you're looking for. Ace of Swords. Okay, so this right here could represent a new opportunity for some of you. It's also giving you the opportunity to see things clearly. So let's just say, if you relate to this, that you are at a dead-end job, or you're just not happy doing what you are doing. This is now giving you the opportunity. It's like the green light to cut it out, you know, just remove it from your life and just focus on something else that might feed your passions. All right. So in a way, it's giving you a very clear understanding of the direction that you're meant to go, because it's telling you that you will be victorious, that you will be successful, but you have to believe in the path that you are meant to take, rather than being stuck in a situation that just really doesn't even excite you anymore. Because the moment you do that, look at this, you've got the Six of Wands. So it's telling you, you will be successful, guys. Okay, all you need to do is take that step. Being able to find your self-confidence and know and understand that what you are meant to manifest truly is yours. It's yours to claim, but you have to claim it. So victory is yours. And take a look at this. Ace of Wands. Okay, so here's to new beginnings, guys. If you're waiting for some news pertaining to job opportunities or something to do with your finances, it is a very positive sign that something's on its way to you. But it's also a sign that, excuse me, that you are meant to take action. Now, part of the interpretation of the Ace of Wands is finding new passion. So if you're no longer passionate about something that you're doing, it's time to switch that up. It truly is. Look at this. Okay, so let me move these guys over. Check this out. So we've got the Empress. Look at the next card. We've got the Emperor. So even in the work environment, there's somebody here that represents a really good, maybe business partner for you, where you guys just fit each other like a glove. You'll know who this person is if indeed that's something that you are wanting to manifest. It could be, I don't know, it could be your best friend, it could be a sibling, it could be a relative, it could be, you know, even a romantic interest. Whoever this person is, you guys just work well together, and it reminds me of a power couple, honestly. Successful in the work environment, as well as two people who have the capability to be really successful outside of the work environment, if you know what I mean. Look at this. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a part of your destiny, guys. So don't hold yourself back from really going after what it is that you want, because this is bringing forward the opportunity to win. It's like taking a gamble on yourself. Take the risk. It ultimately might be worth it, because at the end of the day, you're meant to win. And look at this, we have the Two of Swords. So there's something here that is stuck as well. There's something here that's coming through as a stalemate. So if you don't like it, you can change it. You know, you might also feel like you're at a crossroads in life where you know that you want something else, that you want something different, but maybe you're not quite sure how to make it happen. Take a chance, you know, take a chance on yourself, because you might find that that one decision is what's going to move you forward. Truly. All right, so that's what I've got there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and get some final messages for the collective. And what am I going to use here? I'm going to go ahead and grab messages from the angels here. Angels and spirit guides, please. What do we need to know here? And I have a card that doesn't belong in here, which is... Oh, that's interesting. This card doesn't belong in this deck. It says, free yourself from the past. I don't know who that's for, but maybe there was a reason why that happened. All right. What do we have? Okay, we have Merlina. You are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. So take that if it makes sense. Okay? If you feel that you're not quite sure what to do about a particular situation, it's telling you don't do anything hasty. Find out a little bit more before you make that decision, because it could be life altering. It could change the direction 100% of where you're going. Okay. Let's see what else. For the collective. We have Archangel Michael coming through here. For some of you guys, maybe the person you're thinking about could be Michael. Maybe your name could be Michael. So it says, I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. I love that, considering, you know, the messages that we just got. So Archangel is here watching out for you, protecting you, helping you to find the courage that you need in order to manifest certain things here. Okay. We also have Teresa. Time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. Absolutely. So make sure your cup is not empty. And then lastly, we have Opal. Your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. So that's a very specific message, of course. So take that if it makes sense. So let's go ahead and clarify that. All right. So nobody in need of guidance today, huh? Nobody needs a personal mini reading today. No worries. I mean, you can always reach out if that's something that you need outside of the live stream format. All right, here we go. So Divine Feminine, you're coming in as the Queen of Swords. You've got your boundaries up, so it makes sense to me if you're confused and indecisive about something or someone. You know, you don't want to make a wrong choice. You don't want to make a mistake here. So you could feel pressured by someone or something, and you're not allowing yourself to do anything hasty as the Queen of Swords. So take as much time as you need. That's what I'm getting. Three of Pentacles, teamwork. Don't be afraid to allow those who are surrounding you to help you out in any way that you need. It could be your angel guides as well. And, you know, we've got Archangel Michael here. I love that we've got the Fool here, a new beginning. And that can pertain to your love life. That could pertain to your work environment. That could pertain to friendships, family life, you know, however way you need a fresh start. It is here. But in order to get there, look at these cards, Five of Swords followed by the Death card. In order to get here, action needs to be taken. So, you know, sometimes it requires you having to walk away from someone or something in order to start fresh, in order to get the trajectory of your life moving someplace else that's meant for you. So the Death card for me makes sense. A transformation, a transition. Yes, it represents the ending of a cycle, but it can also represent a new cycle that wants to come in for you. If it's got something to do with your love life, we've got the Six of Cups. We also have the Magician, which we've seen these cards, and then the Knight of Pentacles. So it is reminding us, don't do anything hasty. You know, just take your time, take things slow, have patience. That's a major message that's coming through here. Six of Cups can represent somebody from your past who certainly is thinking a lot about you. And we've seen from the Magician that they consider you to perhaps be their ideal person, their ideal mate, their soulmate, maybe their twin flame. And they're focused on the memories that you guys had shared at one point in time, and really wanting to manifest something solid in the 3D here. But they don't want to just rush in and, you know, be forceful about it. They want to make sure that they don't make a mistake either. Now take a look at this next card. We've got the Four of Wands. So here's the foundation that they want to be able to create between the two of you, and this is one of our twin flame cards in tarot. So for some of you, maybe you're seeing particular signs, especially the 1111 sign. That's very much a part of the Four of Wands. So you're either seeing that number or you could be seeing that time. And if that's the case, pay attention to what's going on around you at the time that it's happening. Or it could be repetitive. There could be synchronicities for some of you guys. Let's see what else. Here we are again with the Ace of Wands. Love it. So there's a lot of potential for you in so many areas of your life. Growth in love, growth personally, growth in your work environment, your friendships, and of course your family life. There's a lot of potential here that is surrounding you. And so it's basically telling you that you have the capability to create the type of life that you envision for yourself. Look at this, Six of Swords, calmer waters. Perhaps you know what those turbulent waters feel like. Represents a tower moment. You know, so now you're just ready for peace and calm in your life, not having to deal with any sort of drama from any direction. And so this is, for some of you anyway, it's telling you, you know who or what it is that you need to let go of. You know what chapter needs to be closed in order for you to open up a brand new chapter. So I feel that's a part of the Death card as well, wanting you to go in a different direction. You know if it's not meant for you. But for some of you guys, if you relate to this, maybe it's still lingering because you're still focusing on it. But the reality of it is it really 100% meant for you? And so that's why it comes down to divine timing, because what's meant for you truly will find its way to you if it really is meant to be yours, you know? Let's see what else. We've got the Strength card again. Some of you guys could be Leo, or you could be thinking of a Leo. And absolutely, it could be scary doing particular things or making those life-altering decisions sometimes, whether it's pertaining to your love life or something else. So sometimes you just take a deep breath and find the strength within you to get up and do what feels right for you in your heart space. And this seems to be speaking to the divine feminines here, coming in with the intuitive nature of the High Priestess. So trust your gut. Trust your heart. What is it telling you? Your heart is, you know, it's trying to have you move in a particular direction. But if you're not feeling it, you still have to trust what your gut and your intuition is telling you. Here we are again with the World card. So I do feel whatever cycles are meant to phase out, you know, it's out of your life for a reason. If it truly is meant to come back around, it will. But welcome in these new cycles as well and be open to the new opportunities that are coming in for you, whether, again, it's love-related or something else that is going on in your life. All right, guys, so that is what I have for the general love forecast. I've been doing a whole lot of talking. So Cameron Carr, do we have any requests for personal readings this evening? Not today. All right, guys. Well, I hope that you found value in the messages that came through here today. And if you guys haven't already subscribed to my Instagram page, it's The Celestial Forecasts by Carrie. And if you found this reading of value, I'd love it if you subscribe here on our YouTube platform. I'll try to go ahead and announce future live streams. We haven't done them in a while because we were having so many issues with the glitches, and it was booting us off, and it was just a lot of drama. So we're still dealing with a few glitches, but today luckily went pretty smooth, so I'm happy about that. And that's it for now, guys. I'm working on a few things to be able to offer you guys more merch in the future, so I'll announce that when it's ready to be announced. And also working on a few more card decks and getting ready to launch my Shopify website focusing on my deck sales. So I'll let you guys know once that's ready as well. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, for tuning in, for being a part of this live stream. And on behalf of myself and moderator Cameron, we thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.